Fleeting, the 14th episode of NCIS Season 23, is the type of episode that unavoidably feels like it takes a few huge emotional swings. We recently lost Vance, and the staff must grieve for a man they loved, just as viewers must adjust to a new reality without the director. Naturally, things are not simple, as is always the case with sadness. Life never ends. The work never stops. Laughing, becoming irritated, and finding solace in friends are all examples of things that happen that you would have thought were impossible. They don't imply that your suffering is lessened. They don't imply that you weren't concerned. It's simply a reality of life. Everybody grieves in a different way. Additionally, as said in the hour, these characters will pay tribute to Vance in a different way in the future. For now, though, they can all stand there and celebrate his legacy, in Nick's case, with a non-alcoholic beverage. Taking things one step at a time is the rest. Have you listened to the companion podcast for NCIS? Deanna Reasonover and Brian Dietzen explain why you ought to. Remember. Near the end of the episode, Parker makes a point about how remembering Vance is the only way he knows how to get through this time of grief. In many ways, that's true about actual grieving, but it's also paradoxically true about a television program like this one and the cast changes it has experienced. Throughout its history, NCIS has treated us rather well. Yes, people have departed. However, not many of them have done so in a way that would make it impossible for us to win them back. Perhaps that's why it works most of the time and why Vance's loss seems so heartbreaking. Yes, we are depressed. We're a little upset. However, we are aware that this isn't merely a shocking choice, at least not one the program is accustomed to making. This is not Grey's Anatomy. We weren't ready for it. However, we've already had to say goodbye. Moving on is understandable to Ziva, Tony, Abby, and Gibbs. We are aware of the need to establish a new normal. The team does as well. And we comprehend doing so while paying tribute to someone's legacy. Leon, you made it appear simple. The question of the future is open-ended. Who replaces Vance? For a brief moment, we believed it might be McGee, but it doesn't appear to be the case. However, who might serve as the acting director? Why didn't they immediately show us? Is it because it's a familiar face? Or because we won't like them? We don't really need to do that again because we did it with LaRoche about 2 seconds ago. Not only was Vance a mainstay of NCIS, but he also consistently appeared in other shows within the franchise. We should be able to trust, or learn to trust, whoever takes his position. I am aware of the tall order. I wouldn't mind if they played with revolving chairs in the position for a while. After all, it makes sense. How can Vance be replaced? You don't. You can find someone else who is capable of doing the work, but you will never be able to truly replace him.